Welcome back to Cozy Conversations. Today I have my special guest, Ebony Sierra, and today we'll be talking about something that a lot of people whisper about, but we need to talk about this out loud. Grief during the holidays. When everybody is posting their matching pajamas and Christmas trees, but your heart is somewhere stuck, and I'm trying to get into it, but I just don't feel like it. Listen, I understand how you're feeling because I'm not feeling it too, so if that's you, this episode is for you. What's going on, everybody? This is your girl, Natasha Shay Johnson, and welcome to Cozy Conversations, where conversations meet real emotions. Now listen, this is a space where we get to talk healing, humor, and hustle without pretending like we have our life all the way together. So I want you to grab your blanket, your tea, or your truth, and let's get cozy. So Ebony, let's talk about the silent weights.
Let's get into
of grief, okay? Because a lot of people sitting around smiling and acting like they okay, and we somewhere dying in the inside.
Inside, crying.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Tough.
One thing I know about the holidays is that it amplifies the grief. Just when you thought you were okay, you thought you was getting over that hump, or you didn't even cry that week. Next thing you know, you smell a certain food, you see a Christmas tree, and everybody around you is happy, and you just sick.
You're like, damn. And then it's kind of like you don't want to be around people, but you have to be around people. You don't want to be that Debbie Downer. And you kind of feel guilty about the way that you're feeling because you're like, I'm supposed to be. This is family time. Right. This is Christmas. We're here to feast. So it is very difficult. And I think a lot of us don't know how to articulate that. And I think a lot of us feel that people wouldn't understand. And I think for me personally, I just feel like it's selfish for me to do that because I don't want to rain on anybody's parade.
Right. And you don't want to be that person every time they come around is like, what's wrong? I'm not okay.
Exactly.
That was the hardest part of me grieving was every time I was around certain people, I felt like every time they were like, how were you doing? I wasn't okay. And so I found myself distancing myself because I didn't want to be that person or that friend while everybody's having a good time. You're for real sad. And even if I tried to go out and hang out with them, it would be a little moment where I would go to myself where I was still sad. And I think a lot of people don't give themselves permission to grieve. Listen, if you can't find a group of people that you could be around and understand that, hey, today I'm not okay, just for real, count me out of it.
Yeah, I agree. And I think for me, it was also difficult because you don't really know how to tell your loved ones how to show up for you or how to be supportive or just kind of what should they do. So instantly they're going to want to ask you, are you okay?
Right.
What's going on? How you feeling? And so naturally, it's like, oh, thank you so much for even considering me. But half the time you like, please don't ask. I'm trying to run from the question because especially right after my mother passed away, which was extremely. Oh my gosh, I kind of put it on the shelf. I try to act like but it's been about 7 years or so.
Wow.
So, but it feels like yesterday. And I think for me around the holidays, she embodied true traditions. Being Puerto Rican, it's a whole different, experience. New Year's, all those things in between. It's like a big deal. And I know for me, my mom, the house used to be dressed up, So it's those traditions. It's the music. It's the arroz con gandules. And although we had it every day, it was just prepared and made, and it had the little red bow for the holidays. So I think when you have that person that is not a part of your life in that way, and then not a part of some of the traditions that you're used to having, you tend to then withdraw a little bit.
Yeah, last night we put up the Christmas tree. First of all, I had to drag everybody out downstairs to put the tree down because nobody wanted to do it. They wanted to get on the game. They wanted to talk to their friends. And I'm like, we finna put the tree up, y'all.
Okay.
So we get the tree down. Everybody done threw the ornaments in the tree. Tree leaning. They ain't fluffy. It's ugly. So I'm like, you know what? Everybody just leave me alone. My husband went upstairs to watch the game. The kids, they started getting on their phones. And I sat down and I was fluffing the tree and opening it up because it was a little, it was a mess. And I just started crying. It's like tears just came out of nowhere. And all I kept thinking was, If I would have pulled that tree from the attic, my mother would have been right down here on her knees fluffing this tree out for me. We would have had beads hanging. We would have had music. She would have made me some labouille. You know, that's a Haitian porridge.
Okay.
We'd have us some labouille, whatever.
Right.
And it's like, she's not here. And it hit me. And I mean, mind you, I had been okay. I noticed a little heaviness this week. I couldn't figure out what's been happening. Because normally around her birthday, my birthday, I start feeling a little heavy. And I can't really pinpoint what it is until I think about it. I'm like, dang, it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Actually, it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is going to be another year 4 of me cooking this dinner without my mama. And when I tell you, the thought just, I don't know. It's like, I don't want to do it. If it wasn't for me having small kids, I think I would skip the holidays. But because they're looking forward to a sweet potato pie, dressing, turkey, they're looking for the tradition. It's like, I actually have to get up and show up. But if it was for me, I think I would lay in the bed and cut my phone off. I wouldn't be on social media. I don't feel like looking at nobody and their mom posting pictures and singing and cook. I don't feel like watching nobody.
Yeah.
Because my mama ain't here.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds selfish and I don't want to be that person
it's
like,
that
I don't want to
part.
see you with your mama, but I don't. As harsh as it may seem, I don't feel like being around it. You know, I know you still got your mama, and that's my grief to carry, and I don't want to put it on nobody.
Yep.
But deep down inside, I be a little jealous. I be mad because I'm like, man, how in the world? Like, how is this my life?
And then for me, I look at, and again, everybody has their different stories, their different dynamics, but when you have your parents or your mother, and it's just like, she get on my nerves.
Oh, my God.
Or, oh, my gosh, she's coming to the house to set up.
I'd be ready to shut up.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes.
Ungrateful.
You know? Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like some of those, you know, when as soon as you talked about the jealousy component, I was just thinking it's so many people that just talk so much about how annoying their parents are, all the things that they do, how they have to be during the holidays. Oh, gosh, I have to go cook with my mom. And for us to have those moments again, it's like, and then you don't want to be that person, too. Oh, here she go again. Well, you shouldn't speak like that because you know what? One day she may not be here.
But it's true.
It is.
Because my mom used to say that, you going to miss me when I'm gone.
Oh,
I'm like,
gosh.
Now I be like,
I tell my kids that now.
Me too. That's my little guilt trip.
Right.
I be like, you going to miss me when I'm gone. But I heard it so much. And then when it happened, it was like, dang, and everything she told me was true. Yeah. It's like, as I'm living, I'm like, dang, my mama told me, oh my God, she was right.
Yeah.
It's so many she was right moments. But the thing about grief is it makes you feel like life is moving on life is going on. And everybody is moving fast and you're stuck trying to figure out, how am I supposed to maneuver? Everybody is zooming past Christmas shopping, get their groceries for Thanksgiving, and I feel like my feet are planted stuck and I'm looking at them like, y'all don't feel that? And they don't.
No.
Y'all not fit, and they're happy.
Yeah. And
so it's like I have to pull myself out of this place because again, I don't want to be that Debbie Downer, but no, I don't be in the mood. I don't be in the mood.
Listen,
I feel like I'm still stuck in 2021.
I know. And I think sometimes when, like, the anniversary of when she's passed or birthdays and different things like that, it means so much more to you. Although you have all these people at their funeral or their arrangements, it's like life is it's nothing for them.
No, it goes on.
They don't remember. It's nothing. But, you know, I do have some great family and friends that'll check in and they remember.
Right.
And so I do appreciate that because I think sometimes people don't realize, although I think in a moment, everybody's there. Like when it first happens, I just remember when it first happens, you just have that, like everybody's there. But I always tell people it is best to show up year 2, year 3, later on in the year, certain holidays, because you're not really processing it in the moment, but it hits you years later. For me, I just today's my first time really talking about grief, talking about my mom actually being gone. I think that sometimes for me, I don't want to get too emotional, but I think just in general, I have put that such on a shelf and was like, I will figure out, like I will process and grieve that in another way at another time. Because to your point, life is going, you have children, and don't nobody really give a damn at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, because life still has to go on, and it's inevitable. We all are going to leave one day. I think for me it was unexpected in terms of her being so young and her like all of a sudden having this like tumor, and then it just led to continuous like things that kept happening. And so she was this vibrant, very hyper Spanish little lady. And so I think for me too, just even processing what happened, how did it happen, when did it happen, and then when you have kids, that's a layer, because you look at the grandparents that's at the games. You look at grandma, you know, and for me,
Tell me about
there's certain things that you know only your mother would do for you, because that's your mama.
That's your mama. You was actually a priority. And it's the thing about losing a mom is you'll never be a priority like that to anybody again. Now, if you got a husband, a spouse, or somebody, but it's a love that your mother gives.
Kind of love. That's a different kind of love.
You'll never ever feel that again. I know my mother's last voicemail my mother left me. I had a cold, and I was at the salon working, and she left a message, and she was like, Shashu, because that's my nickname. Shashu, you know, she was telling me, get home. I know you don't feel good. Come lay down. I'm going to fix you some soup. Just come lay down. That's the last voicemail I have ever gotten. And I replayed and I replayed and I replayed. I'm like, dang. I'll never get this feeling again, you know. But when I tell you the smell of the Christmas tree, I don't know, it was something about when I unzipped the tree. It was like I smelt my mom. It was like she was. I know they say she's with you. I feel like I could smell her. I could feel her presence. But it's like she wasn't there. She wasn't there.
So what are some of the things that you're doing to cope, like during this time? Like how do you, like, cope with it? Do you cope with it? Do you feel like what are some of the things? Because the way that I handle it is I stay active.
Girl, let me tell you something.
Active.
Let me
from sun up to sundown, baby.
And that's the thing. You can't outwork grief.
No, you can't.
You can't outwork grief.
I know.
And a lot of people think that they're going to stay busy. They're going to stay busy. I don't care if you can stay busy year 1, year 2, year 3. You're going to have to be forced to sit down and feel these feelings, because it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It doesn't go away. And for me, when my mother passed away, I was drinking a lot. Baby, I could drink, smoke you under the bus. I had to put the weed down. I had to stop smoking. I ain't even gonna lie. Because it was like, I'm trying to create content. I need my memory. I'm foggy. I can't remember. To each its own, because it works for some people. It was like, no, okay. Yeah. Smoking ain't gonna bring my mama back. Taking shots after shots after shots isn't gonna bring my mom back. So I drink occasionally here and there, but I've learned to like sit in it. If I want to cry, I cry. Good. If I want to punch the steering wheel, I'm going to punch the steering wheel. Good. And, you know, when the kids are home, I just put my head in the pillow and I just scream.
Good for you.
Like, I just got to get it out. But it's like, no, I can't go to the garage and spark a blunt and smoke. No, I can't. No, I'm not going to pour this bottle, because what's it going to do? Yeah. After I finish being high, after I finish being drunk, she's still not coming back. Yeah. So I've leaned on God a little bit more. I've been getting into my Bible, reading my word, meditating, praying, and just like, really honestly, I just pray every day and ask God to take the pain away. Like, please ease the pain. When she first passed, I used to be like, God, how long am I going to feel like this? God, where are you? God, what have I done? God, it's this karma. Like, I was just talking to God like, why are you taking me through this?
And you start replaying some of the things that you're like, should I have done this? What could you have done more to avoid it, to prolong it, to all these things? And that, for me, was replaying in my mind, and this form of guilt that you start to even feel like, damn, I should have did this more. I could have done this better and stuff like that. And for me, you could have done everything you could have done. I know both of us. So in terms of that, it wasn't that. It's just really that now you start to replay some of those moments. And I know for me, being that it was like something that came out of the blue, I'm like, is this why she was saying this? Is this why she was overly
like,
going?
Did she know?
Did she? Oh, and my mom knew. Yeah. She didn't tell me. So for me, I felt like she told me, you know, later on, but it wasn't on the onset. Right. And I think that was the most difficult thing. Because now I start thinking about all those things and what I could have done to prevent it. And, should I just pick her up? Because, I don't know about your mom. My mom got real stubborn when she realized that she couldn't do for herself.
Right.
And I was like, lady, so we'd be at it, and that's a part of the grief process too, because I think many times I was like, you know what, should I have let her eat
what she wanted
to eat?
Yeah.
Because I was, baby, my mom, tough. People were bringing her all her goodies. Like, she would put in a request. I send emails or texts out. Mommy can't have this. Nobody, and of course, they like, we don't give a damn what Eb said. We're going to give her what she wants. And so just some of the things that I knew she wanted that I would fight her on, you're like, was it that big of a deal?
Right.
Some of the things that I was really on her about, was it that? But again, that for me, while you're in a pillow screaming, I think sometimes for me, I play back certain memories and certain aspects where you're like, what could I have done better?
And see, for me, I've been having to go to counseling for this because my mother had pancreatic cancer, and it was either she could do treatments and we could try to shrink it, or either remove her pancreas.
Yeah.
So I asked my mom was like, what you want to do? So I'm like, oh, that's such a major decision.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's remove it. If we can remove the cancer, we can remove wherever it's at. And so they removed the old pancreas. Girl, a month later, I get a phone call. It's spreading her back. Hospice, girl. When I heard the word hospice, when I tell you, it felt like the word bounced from each wall.
I know it.
And I knew when I heard the word hospice, I knew I was defeated. I knew it was over. I knew it was over. The fight was over. And I had to tell her. And see, my mother, because she was Haitian and she didn't speak English that good. Excuse me.
Take your time.
My mama didn't even know she was dying. So we had to break the news to say, this is it. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
tough.
You know, this is it. So I told
That's
hospice,
tough.
I told him, I said, nope, I'm not putting in a facility. Just give her my mama. Just give me my mama and let me make her comfortable. And I'll take care of it to the end. But when I tell you, ever since that decision, Eb, when I tell you, it has been the hardest thing for me to make a decision. Because it was like, dang, if I didn't have that surgery, my mama could have still been here. Or dang, why did I jump and remove her? Like, it's like, dang, I messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And ever since then, you could say, Shay, do you want a red shoe or a blue shoe? I say, it don't matter. Shay, you want chicken or you want tacos? It don't matter. Because it's like, I refuse to mess up again.
Yeah.
And I know everybody say, I know everybody say, it wasn't your fault.
Right.
She had her time.
Right.
I don't be wanting to hear nothing. I don't want to hear it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It may be very well true. It may be very well true that she's in a better place. She's looking after me. My mother she might not have wanted me to be sad, but I'm sad.
Yeah.
I don't feel like hearing nothing. So I've learned to isolate myself. I stay on my grind. I hustle. I do what I got to do with social media, my clients, hair, travel, shows, whatever I got to do. I hustle and I handle that part. But after that, I have to close the doors and I have to go be in my little bubble with my family because I just don't feel like trying to be strong or have it together or I don't feel like figuring it out for nobody else because it took all of the energy I had in me to get through that day.
Yeah.
So don't add nothing else.
Yeah.
Don't add me. Don't invite me to no birthday dinner. I don't have it in me right now. And some people don't get it. And I've lost a lot of people because some people think I'm being funny. And it's like, no, I'm trying to get to know this new version of me.
Yes.
It's a whole
and it's
new
that
me.
part. That part is difficult, and it's difficult, as I mentioned earlier, to articulate it because you don't understand it. You don't know that it's a new version of you. You are thinking that life is going to possibly continue to move on and move forward, and you can show up like your old self, and it is life-changing. And I don't think that people really understand how life-changing it is, to where sometimes, like you said, people start judging you or making assumptions or thinking that you do. Hey, I didn't know, like, you don't get a manual on how to grieve. You don't get a manual on, hey, let me send out an email and let everybody know that, you know what, today I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And so I think figuring out what your new norm is and even accepting it, because for me, it was hard to accept my new norm. I didn't want to accept it. So instead, I just avoided it. I act as if like it wasn't happening. And then I act as if like, again, putting it on the shelf, I will deal with that later.
Right.
I'm not going to deal with it now. I have so much that I need to get done. And then I get active. I get active. And I'm already an active person, but I think I get extremely. So for me, during the holidays, I don't celebrate in the traditional way. I've always done, this has been since high school, I've always done a lot of like community service in every holiday I've done it. But I feel with my mom being gone now, I'm even more so like, oh, I'm out in the street.
Yeah.
I'm out doing some level of work that's going to bring gratitude, that's going to make, help me understand that my life is someone's dream. So yes, I have had some losses, but at the end of the day, it's kind of selfish to hold someone here when they are supposed to be in a better place.
Right.
So I've tried to, I also, like, I've worked on verbiage. I think that's important by even saying things like she's transitioned. And for me, it's like, she died. She, it could be so like, she gone. She, so aggressive. And I think it's like she's transitioned into a better place.
Right.
She ascended. And you know what? This world is effing crazy. I don't know if I can curse on your podcast.
No,
I don't want to get no citations today.
That's how you felt. But that's
I don't want no citations today. But that is how I feel.
It is. But you don't owe anybody any type of holiday spirit.
Yes,
it is perfectly okay to say
permission.
Not this year. Give yourself permission. I'm not feeling like it this year. Only reason why I put the tree up because my kids wanted the tree. But I'm gonna be honest. If it wasn't for them being little, listen, I'm not in the mood. I don't feel like coming to nobody's Christmas party. I just don't. And I give myself that permission because when I was available, I was available. And right now, give me that grace.
It's a season.
Give it to me. You ain't got to give it to me. I'm going to take it.
Period.
I'm not coming. And that's just the mood I'm in. But I try to surround myself around the people that honestly and genuinely understand where I'm at. And I don't have to be fake and phony and be okay. If I feel like stepping away and going to cry in the bathroom, give me that.
Yes.
Let me have that.
It's so important.
Let me have that.
Things that I'm working on is being able to do that. So I really, I appreciate you saying the giving permission to go ahead and just cry. Because my moments, they come random.
Right.
It is not no rhyme or reason. I could be at a red light, a certain song, a certain thought, a certain weird moments. They're not these moments that you would think, right? They're not like maybe on Mother's Day or certain things like that. It's not those moments. It's just these weird moments at difficult times. I can be in a car with a whole bunch of people, and now I'm like, now you wanna feel something, right? So I just think in general, it's difficult, and it's also a learning curve that is kind of like you got to figure it out.
Yeah,
and it takes a while.
And you got to be okay with building new traditions.
Yes.
If every year was a turkey, this year might not be. Maybe it's a Cornish hen. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not doing it at the house. I was saying maybe we should go to the beach. Start doing something different. Because first of all, life will never be the same. You're no longer that same person. So you got to start creating new memories and new traditions and give yourself permission to start doing some different stuff. For real. And I'm going to be honest, I held on to a lot of my mom's things during the holidays. A lot of her cups, glasses. Last night, I had to box some of that stuff up. I said, that's enough now, girl. What is you hanging on? I'm just hanging on to stuff just to say, my mama used to drink out of this on Christmas morning. My mama used this fork when she ate bacon. Whatever. I just did. Girl, throw that away. Last night, I had to applaud myself for that. Go me.
Go you.
Because that's a different level of healing. That I was able to part away from this mug and this spoon that she stirred the soup with. If it was up to me, I would have held on to everything.
Yeah.
But it was like, girl, that's enough.
Yeah.
But everybody take their time.
I was going to say.
Everybody's not going to move how I move in 4 years.
You have to do it on your terms.
But for me, I want to be better.
Yeah.
I want to be okay. And I know I can't. I know I can't rush grief. I know I'm a heal when I heal, and there's no expiration, there's no start or no ending date for it.
Right.
But I've made a conscious decision in my mind that I want to be okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting up crying every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So, because I've made that in my mind, that I've decided that I choose to be happy, and I choose peace.
Yep.
I choose to enjoy each day and
It's
live
a
it to my
choice.
fullest.
It's a
to my
choice.
fullest.
Yeah.
I've decided that I'm gonna put in the work and try to do whatever I can to not be sad.
Yeah.
So if that means get rid of this spoon that makes me cry, get rid of it.
Yeah.
If it mean, and that's for me. This isn't for everybody.
Right.
This is just how I'm coping.
Yeah.
But
everybody has their coping methods.
Yeah. Some people have to hang on to the stuff, but I knew that if every time I saw it, it triggered it and made me cry, I don't want it.
Yeah, I think a big part about it is acceptance. It's like really coming to terms that this is where we are.
Yeah,
Mom's,
this is it.
Like mom is not here physically,
and
but
she's not coming back.
She's not coming back, right? I think it's the realities that you have to really talk yourself through. But she's with us in spirit. And when I look at my kids, to me, sometimes, like, that's a moment that I think could be awkward. I'll look at my daughter and she'll do something, and it could be just how she's eating, how she does a little smirk, and my daughter has dimples and my mom has dimples, so she, she got them from her, and I'll just get teary-eyed, and then I'll turn my back. And then she's like, Mom, what happened? It's not you. It's just these moments. And you look at baby girl, or she might say something. And to me, I take those things as messages that my mom is sending, right? Like, it's interesting too, because while my mom was transitioning, I was giving birth, or I was in a process of creating. And so for me, it was just one of those things where I believe that you have to let something go in order for something else to come into your life. And sometimes we look at it as just business or ideas or, like creative stuff. But sometimes it's like in life,
period,
with people
in general.
Across the board. You have to let something go. You have to sacrifice something for something else to come into your life that is like more, beautiful and all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, nothing comes in a closed fist. That's what I've always learned. Nothing can come to you if this is closed. You got to be able to open your hands so that blessings can come your way. So
yeah, I mean,
agree.
But those are the tough, deeper, spiritual conversations that we don't talk about. It's kind of like she's not here, but you got X, Y, and Z. Exactly. But no, I want her back.
Exactly.
But no, you have 12 other things going on, whether if it's kids, whether if it's, married and the in-laws and people come into your life or whatever it gives you, the universe, God has people that are going to come in and be able to they will never be your mother. Yeah. But like you said, you get with your family, that's a level of comfort. People go to whatever brings them comfort, peace, laughter. Yeah.
So let's talk about some coping strategies.
Yes.
I think one of the things that I did last night, which was the first time, I told you I'm trying to work on new traditions.
Yep. So
I decided to light a candle.
Okay.
I lit a candle last night. And it's not even a real candle. It's a one of those candles that you could turn on and off, on and off.
Like
and
a
last
battery?
night it's a electric.
Okay.
Electric, yep. And I flicked it on, and I don't know, it was just something about the light. I just started to talk to her. I started to talk to her. And this morning I got up and I turned it off and I told her goodbye. And I said, you know what? I think this whole holiday season, I'm just going to turn it on and make sure that that's our everyday conversation and let her know that I ain't forgot about her. And even though she's not here, she's still in the room.
Yes.
Now, it's small, but that was something that made me feel good.
Good for you.
Just being able to light a candle and just saying, you know what I'm saying, this is for you.
Yep.
Now for her tradition, the Haitian tradition, when she lost her mother, every morning she fixed a pot of coffee and she would pour the coffee out. And give it to her mother.
Yeah.
And so, whenever I fix coffee, I always make sure I give her a little sip too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't forgot about you. But, seriously, it's traditions like that just really keep me going. And I don't know, it keeps me sane. Because if not, then it's going to be like, she's gone and she ain't never coming back. It's like, so those little things bring a little joy to my heart.
I think for me, some of the coping is doing things that I know she loves. She was very active. She loves activities, very spontaneous. And And I feel like doing those things or certain dishes that she made, music was very big for her.
Yeah.
So sometimes for me, just putting on the music and really just, like you said, speaking to her. I also think just in general, coping, everyone's, like you said, they cope differently. Some people need, a candle. Some people do their traditions. I think it's just best when you're able to kind of connect with the person that's transitioned with, like, what makes you feel good.
Yeah. I appreciate having this conversation with you,
Yes.
Ebony, 'cause let me tell you something. It's super hard talking to people that still have their parents, and I know they mean well, and I don't mean to get on anybody because I know that they're trying to check on you and they want to make sure that you're okay. But when I tell you, it makes my heart so happy to sit down with somebody that actually knows how it feels to lose their mom.
Yeah.
That actually knows how I feel to try to keep running a business, try to keep going, try to be a mom, try to be in the present, knowing that your heart is broken. So I really appreciate you even coming to sit down and share your story with me.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank
you
you.
also
Thank
helped
you.
me be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
I think that's something that people don't do often with each other. They may talk to a family member, but talking about it is also healing.
Yeah, it is.
And it also provides a connection because I feel like you know what I'm going through. I know what you're going through. If it's like, hey, it's one of those days, like, we understand it without getting offended.
Yeah.
It's so hard not offending people these days.
Everybody's
and you're like,
butt hurt. Listen.
But thank you so much for having me again.
I appreciate you. And listen, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today on Cozy Conversations. If this episode helped you, share it with someone who might be struggling during the holiday seasons. And remember, grief doesn't mean the holidays are ruined. It just means that they're different. You will find your new rhythm. And when you do, remember your loved one is still with you every step of the way. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.